Okay, today we're going to review subtracting mixed numbers. Here you can see that we have two different denominators. So the first thing we need to do is get our LCD and get our common denominators. We've got 6, we've got 3. We're going to do the first 3 multiples of each, which is 6, 12, and 18. First 3 multiples of 3 are 3, 6, and 9. Our common denominator is going to be 6. I need to rewrite my problem now with the denominator 6 in each place for my fractions. In my first fraction, the 6 remained the same, so the 1's going to remain the same. In the second fraction, I changed my 3 to a 6, which means I multiplied it by 2, and therefore I need to multiply the numerator by 2, which will give me 4. Now, my problem is I have 1/6, and I need to subtract 4/6, and I can't do that. So I need to borrow. My 5 is going to become a 4. The one that I borrowed is going to become 6/6, and I already had 1/6. So when I put that together, I'm going to have 4 and 7/6. Now I still need to come back up here and subtract my 2 and 4/6. Now, my first fraction can subtract my second fraction, and my whole number can subtract my whole number. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 7 minus 4 is 3. And the denominator stays the same. We should look at that and immediately realize that it is not in simplest form. But if you don't see that, then we would write the factors for 3, which are 1 and 3. I know that 6 is divisible by 3, or that 3 is a factor of 6, so we're going to circle the 3. Rewrite my whole number, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my final answer for this problem is 2 and 1/2. I'm going to do another problem for you. We're going to do 7 and 1/5 minus 3 and 1/2. Again, I do not have common denominators. I'm going to write my LCD for both denominators, 5 and 2. The first 3 multiples of each are 5, 10, 15, 2, 4, 6. I don't have enough, so I'm going to have to keep going with 8, 10. And now I see that 10 is going to be my LCD. I need to rewrite my fractions, or my mixed numbers, with 10 as my denominator. And in this case, I changed both denominators to 10. So in my first fraction, I multiplied 5 times 2 to get 10. So I also need to multiply the numerator by 2. In my second fraction, I multiplied 2 times 5 to get 10. So I need to multiply the numerator times 5 as well to get 5. Now again, I cannot subtract 2/10 from, or 5/10 from 5/10 from 2/10. So I need to borrow. I'm going to borrow 1 from the 7. It's going to become a 6. The one I'm going to borrow is going to be 10/10. And I already had 2/10. When I put all that together, I get 6 and 12/10. Now I need to come back up and get my second mixed number to subtract. So 6 and 12/10 minus 3 and 5/10. Now, my fractions can subtract and my whole numbers can subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. 12 minus 5 is 7. The denominators stay the same. I know that 7 is prime, and therefore I know its only factors are 1 and 7. And 7 is not a factor of 10, so 7/10 is in simplest form.